And so the today he sent me a very much work in progress website he threw together. Where is share screen? Host disabled participant screen sharing, Ben.
Okay, 1 second. Let me get this working. You are now the co-host.
Okay. Screen share. Let's just screen share this. Okay, I have no idea if you're seeing this or not.
Yes, we are.
All right, so this is the starting point for the one-page website that we discussed before. So the whole idea will be brief information here, steps required to request a hand, and that's pretty much it. That's the whole idea, to make it short and sweet and simple. All of this has to be, of course, filled in. But yeah, and then this page will be also saved as just a text document that we can print and distribute. Yeah. So yeah, that's
And Masby,
pretty much it.
Okay. What about what is the current state of play with regard to agencies that deal with amputees, either in Ukraine or Poland? What the pathway to the recipients?
So for now, what we're targeting is recipients reaching us. We did, you're probably aware, we had a inquiry to the e-NABLE support email. We had a ticket. So that ticket is, it took Jeremy a week, but he finally forwarded to me. I responded to that query, and I have not received a response yet. I mentioned also previously, a few months ago, I received an email from a local, I can't even remember what they were called, some organization, also with the query, and they also haven't responded yet. So I'm not sure about any of them, as they haven't responded. Yeah. So, well, the hope is just to get, the hope is we get this material out there, both in digital and in analog form, and we could potentially then try to drive this deeper internally in Ukraine and with other organizations, when we have somewhere to point them, instead of here's enabling the future or here's the hub. Perhaps this landing page for them might be something that they can grasp on it and try to share internally in their social circles or whatever. And just like with the face shields, eventually it reaches someone who takes it further, be it that a medical organization or humanitarian organization. Usually, well, not usually, but that's at least the way that it worked for me with the COVID shields. So that's sort of the hope. Yeah, that's the hope.
That makes sense, Mezzy. That makes sense. Okay.
So that's pretty much it. We haven't really progressed anywhere apart from this so far.
Okay. I would suggest that we send a short update to Thierry and the other and Zainab, who have an interest, and remind them that while we are proceeding on this simple plan of sort of planting a flag in the ground, our ability to make a difference commensurate with the magnitude of the problem is going to have to do with contacts at some aid or hospital organization. And we're only laying the groundwork for that to emerge. If it doesn't emerge, we're not going to do much. So it's really worth everyone just checking with their contacts who are all in changing situations to see if there's someone who says, yes, we have people and they need help and we'd like to work with you.
Yep, that sounds fair. Yep.
There's also a number of people looking for it right now. There was a meeting that we had where a Ukrainian guy living in the US joined. And he is a father who's a doctor who's still over there and working on.
Yes, and I've also been in contact with him, and
Good.
he's in contact with the Ukrainian guy who's helping this. So the
Great.
three of us are in a Telegram group. It's just that
Okay.
nothing has moved forward since. But that's mostly on us. Just slammed.
Yeah, I think it was Andrei was his name.
So it might be worth reminding Andre that the essential thing is going to be his father and his father's contacts. And they may forget. So just a reminder and an update would be a good thing. That is, at the moment, the closest we come to.
Correct. So all what we want to do is get a little bit more content into this landing page website thing, and then we can share it, discuss it, and move from there. Now there's nothing really to go, nothing to sort of ride the train with. So
okay, Nancy, I think I really appreciate it. You're in the game. You've got it. You're taking incremental steps. Is there anything we can do to help you?
For now, no. As I mentioned before, maybe perhaps the e-NABLE thing, but that is a long ways away. We're not even close to that stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Any other topics for this meeting?
I've got one contact that I can add in the chat. It was a friend of mine shared. There's a journalist that's in Ukraine that's working specifically with children that have recently gone through some amputations. Let me pull that up and I'll add it. But I thought it might be worth reaching out to that photographer specifically because he did a whole story series.
That's a great idea.
Could you perhaps either email them and CC us, or send me the email, or?
Yep. And what I'll do to start is I'll just send you this the link to this Instagram, and then I can follow up. Yeah, here it is. Sorry to be doing this in real time. Emilio Oranati. Let's see. But yeah, the getting awareness and journalism, getting some sort of somebody that's already there working.
No, that's a great lead. So who's did you volunteer to write to Emilio, Ben?
I could if.
Or Mazvi, do you want to do it? Someone should. I think it's a good lead. You never know where it's going to go.
I don't have Instagram. So
okay. I'll reach out to him if you want to send me a link. Actually, Maz, if you add the link to the page.
It's
not ready yet.
In development. It's not ready for sharing.
Okay.
I think we
want to have those two together. So how long until it's ready? Because that would be what he would need.
I have no idea, Ben. This is not up to me.
The single page, just what you already showed him?
That's not up to me.
Dan, I don't think you have to wait. I think you can, the e-NABLE story and the notion that our world famous network is exploring whether we can do something is enough to get Emilio's attention. And
I also don't think sending a half-finished website is a good idea as an introduction. I would just ask you to include my e-NABLE email. So that's e-NABLE@bymoo.eu. And unless you want to be the liaison here, but
yeah, either way, I mean, I have no problem emailing. If you want to send an email to this guy as well, that might be more direct.
Can you get in contact with him and then share my chapter email so that he could email me, and then we can
Sure.
go from there.
I'll do that. And I'll CC you. I'll CC John, and sounds good.
Good.
All right. All right, sounds good, everybody. So I think we have our marching orders, and I'll send this video out. Actually, why don't I do this? We want to get in touch with e-NABLE France and e-NABLE Turkey, right?
And regarding e-NABLE France, unless we need them to make devices, I don't think that we should really bother them right now. Theory confirmed that he and his chapter will help if we had cases. We don't have cases, and
Right.
as I understand, he doesn't really have a source for cases currently in Ukraine or Ukrainian refugees. So unless Zainab has some contacts, that might be useful.
I'll send this video, and I'll just follow up with the chapters, and then I'll send out the email to the journalists.
Okay, very good.
All right. Thanks, everybody.